miracle comeback. Is it possible? Shiny Mark giving up a lot of ground right now. 104. This does not want to survive. Oh my goodness.
Still
I can't believe
living.
it. Oh! Gluto went swimming.
And he's so focused.
Look at that.
Anyone smell that? It smells like Poppin' Gamer in here. Kind of smells like Poppin' Gamer. All right, how are my gamers doing? We had, okay, Delphino Maza? Let's talk about it. It was pretty fucking cool, I'll be real. I had a great time watching this event. Something interesting about Delphino Maza is that there was almost none of like my particular favorite players. Like there's no Tweak, no Light, no DeBuzz. It is a Mexican tournament, so it's not like I was expecting them to fly out for a regional. But, you know, despite not having some of my like hard hitter favorite players, I had so much fun watching this. I became a fan of many new players. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Watching Gax pop off, where he smashed his head into the camera, that made me a fan of Gax. I'm not a big fan of a lot of Japanese players just because I don't really know their deal. I don't know what's up. I can't understand their tweets when they tweet them. It is what it is. But bro, Gax energy, I gotta appreciate it, bro. The passion was there in that pop off. I'm just pull it up real quick, cause why not? Just appreciating it. So Gax was playing versus Siskui, and I think this was to get, this was to get 5th. So this is already in top 8. Gets a fat back throw.
Definitely Gax with the pop off.
Bro, look at that leap. Bro, we'll just check out the pop. We'll check out the pop off real quick, just cause this made me, I'm not gonna lie, this made me real happy to see. I didn't, you know, I think Ness is a really dope character, but I don't think they're particularly the coolest by any means. But regardless, bro, Gax energy, it's something you can appreciate. Look at that leap, bro. Just check it out. Look, bro, that's 4 feet. That's the height of a kindergartner or something. Big slam. Firm handshake, respect it. You got a little bow going. Pull up on the cameraman. What did the cameraman do? He smashes his head into the camera. Is it really that hype? This shit's just dope. I love the energy. It's just an amazing pop off. What a good clip. I feel like we've been getting a lot of great pop offs recently too, which has been awesome. Let's see here. But we got some topics. I'm gonna run down real quick. Bro, shout out to Spargo for winning the event, obviously. Spargo, after getting a pretty low placement at SmashCon, proved the doubters wrong by just immediately winning the next tournament he pulls up to, which was just dope as hell to watch. I feel like Spargo is just a really easy player to root for nowadays, especially with Akola being number 1 and Mkleo and like obviously not trying as hard. I feel like most of the world just wants Spargo to be number 1 in the world. And honestly, every time he succeeds, it's just very easy to be happy for him. He's a young buck. I think he has a long time to play in this game, and even if he's number 2 in the world right now, I think he can only improve. He can only go up from here, I'll be real. Especially with how young he is. Like, he has so much time to learn.
3.
What is up?
3, pull up.
Alright, give me 30 minutes.
No, pull up in 20.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I'll pull up in a second.
Okay, alright. I'll give you a fat dab for coming.
Okay, word. I'll see you soon, Quinn.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Guys, that was my friend Quinn. I don't know what she wanted, but apparently I'm getting a fat dab later, so that sounds pretty awesome. Bro, what was I even talking about? See, Quinn always calls me when I'm recording and nothing ever goes well. Oh yeah, shout out Spargo. I hope he wins every event for the rest of the year. That'd be awesome. Just a big fan. It's easy to be a fan of Spargo, let's be real. If you look at his bracket too, like, he got some really fucking good wins too. Like, this was not a slouch of a tournament for him at all. Fucking, look at his notable wins. He beat Whiskey, who's a really good Robin player, which, not gonna lie, I used to host some Smash tournaments, and I remember Whiskey would enter sometimes, so I just remember their name. But they're a cracked ass Robin. They beat Goblin 3-0, Siski 3-2, Ken 3-1. They beat Shiny Mark 3-0, and they barely clutched out versus Glutiny Game 5. But, bro, these are like a handful of top 50 wins, you know? It's just a really good fucking result for Spargo. Something else I wanted to talk about. Fucking Ken and Glutiny had one of the best sets of all time. And the only reason why, in my opinion, is because Ken lost. I'll be real. If you look at this screenshot right here, this is like a part of Ken and Glutiny's set to give you an idea of how it went. Ken's up 3 stocks. You know, he's at 117, but he's still at 3 stocks. Glutiny's at the same percent at 1 stock, and Glutiny won this set. Isn't that wild? And the fashion he did it in was absolutely crazy. As y'all can see, he's at 200%. He was at 200. That should have killed. He lives. Let's go, Wario's weight.
Wait a minute, Nair. Oh,
We love Wario. Good fucking set. Now I will say that clip is easily one of the greatest Smash Ultimate comebacks of all time. Glutiny's performance in this set, it looked so grim. It really didn't look like he was gonna win, which sucked, to be honest, because I was in the call with my friends watching this tournament, and we all were so tired of Sonic. We didn't want to watch Sonic anymore, especially because this was a 35-minute set, and we knew it was gonna be 35 minutes. Like, when we sit down to watch Ken, we're not pretending. We're not pretending like it's gonna go quickly. You know what I mean? The way players recently have been just barely clutching out timeouts versus Sonic in last hit scenarios. Like, we literally just had a Ken versus DeBuzz almost went like a very similar way. You know what I mean? Where a lot of the games went to timeout, it was last hit, and DeBuzz ended up clutching it out. So, I don't know. I mean, if you see the back-to-back patterns, I feel like Ken might have a hard time closing out these stocks sometimes because he's very efficient at getting percent leads and camping. But I don't know. He might need to work on actually finding the kill at some points. Because if, you know, it's starting to come out that if you let these top players run to time and you put them in these last hit scenarios against Sonic, a lot of the times they've been ended up winning recently, which has been really cool to see. So big shout outs to Glutiny for clutching out that set. That was just ridiculous. Something else I wanted to talk about. I remember a while ago, I was talking about SkyJ in the rankings video, and I was like, look, I have a pretty bad take here, I won't lie. I said, I don't think SkyJ will be able to perform the way he did at Collision for the rest of the year, considering that he plays Incineroar, and I didn't think Heavies, the way it's looking right now, I really didn't think Heavies were going to have a place in the meta in the future. Especially as a Bowser main, I was just thinking, I was like, the better people get at this game, the worse my character gets, and I felt like it would be very similar for Incineroar. That's why I just felt like SkyJ was going to have a hard time for the rest of the year, but dude proved me wrong so bad. And it was such a fucking exciting run to watch. I think SkyJ and Shiny Mark both had some of the most like exciting runs of the entire tournament. Especially this set versus Shiny Mark, where fucking SkyJ made Pikachu and Incineroar look incredibly doable, which is supposedly a horrible fucking matchup. And it would make sense because it's Pikachu versus a heavyweight. But still, he just played so phenomenally. There is some moments in both his set versus Gact and Shiny Mark 2 that were just like some extremely hype moments. It was some SkyJ versus Fatality-esque shit, you know what I mean? It was that level of excitement coming out from SkyJ. And honestly, bro, this is one of those tournaments where it's like, I was talking about Gact earlier. I didn't really care about Gact up until this tournament. I'm a little bit of a SkyJ fan now, I won't lie. This performance was very exciting to watch. And I'm sorry for doubting. I was a doubter, I won't lie. I hold that streak in Smash Ultimate where I'm just almost wrong about every one of my predictions. But you know what? It is what it is. Good shit, SkyJ. And I haven't even talked about the biggest thing that happened to him, where he beat Leo 3-0, which I'm not gonna lie. I consider myself a fan of Leo, and I really do want to see him succeed, but recently, with his performances, it really seems like Leo is trying less and less with every tournament, and honestly, it's getting really hard to invest any sort of emotional sentiment into Leo, when it honestly feels like he's just not trying. It's okay, Leo can do whatever he wants. If he wants to pull up to tournaments and just hang out and have a good time and compete a little bit, that's fine. But it's just a really strange thing to see from the GOAT of Smash Bros. To just pull up and just seemingly not give a fuck, to be honest. It's honestly, he can do whatever he wants, but as a fan, it's a little disappointing. It's kind of sad to see, especially considering his entire legacy and how his legacy now has a number of 9th, 7th, 5th, 4th. You know what I mean? Just some lesser results, which are still amazing results, by the way. But knowing Mkleo, I think everyone in the community knows that if this dude wanted to become the best player in the world again, he'd definitely have a shot at it. So, you know, seeing this little Leo slouch era, I'm not gonna lie, has been a little disappointing. But either way, that's an amazing win for SkyJ. a very clean 3-0-2. It didn't seem as close as you think it should be, especially considering it's Mkleo. Leo also, I felt like versus Glutiny, there's definitely some things he should have been hitting off stage and just in general that he just didn't come to fruition. It really just feels like Leo isn't trying as hard as he used to, which again, pretty unfortunate. But that's just how it goes. He can do whatever he wants. It's his life to live. We'll watch the pop off. He don't give a fuck. It's over. He stood up, bro. He knew. Fat handshake. Let's go, SkyJ. Just a crazy fucking set. Crazy fucking set. Something else I wanted to talk about too. Deeper into Ultimate we get, it seems like more and more players are playing to time out people. Like, not only Sonic players, more and more people are playing to the clock. I'll move my camera. You can see that shit's at 38. 38 on the clock, and it's Wario Pikachu. You may wonder how this happened, because these are supposed to be pretty aggressive characters. Bro, Shiny Mark is revolutionizing Pikachu's meta in a way that isn't entertaining to watch. And that's not inherently a bad thing. He can do whatever he wants, because he's the one who gets to compete at a top level. But just saying, this timeout Pikachu is a fucking menace to stream society, bro. Watching this shit, I'm not gonna lie. He's making Pikachu feel like Sonic. It is what it is. It's just so interesting how it seems like not only is Sonic inherently built for defense, but there's other characters in the game who can play defensively and benefit just as much from it. As you can see, bro, he's going under the stage and shit. He's camping his ass. He is just not interacting. The stalling, bro. He's just stalling. He's literally just running away. He's circle camping him on a fucking dual plat. Whatever the fuck it's called. Isn't this crazy? Like, you guys are watching this too. It's really sad, I'm not gonna lie. Good shit to Shiny Mark for the win. However, undoubtedly, quite literally one of the lamest ways to play the game. Just objectively, I'm sorry, you're playing a character that is supposed to be aggressive and running away the whole time. I mean, you know, you do what you gotta do to get the job done, I guess. However, I think, I don't know if this is a good look for the brand, I'll be real. I don't know if this is a good look for Shiny Mark's brand. I don't know if you want to be the timeout Pikachu guy, that's all I'm saying. It's really interesting, because I felt like Ultimate was supposed to be one of the more aggressive Smash games. Like compared to all the other ones except for Melee, I felt like Ultimate was the most like aggro and like in your face. But it seems like you can honestly play lamer than Smash 4 sometimes, and it's more beneficial. Not every character has to be Roy, Wolf, or fucking Mithra, you know what I mean? It's just like, if some characters, when they play slow, are just absolute menaces. Something I also noticed about Shiny Mark 2. Something I also noticed about Shiny Mark 2. Y'all remember when he SD'd twice? Does anyone else remember that? When he played, like, Spargo, and then in the first, like, 2 seconds, he killed himself? I'm gonna be real. I bet, I don't know a lot about Pikachu. I bet Shiny Mark is a very technical Pikachu. And he just like flubbed some input or whatever. But that thunder off stage is some ESAM shit. That shit was so sad to see. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, last thing we got on here. This was a little bit of comedy for you guys. If you guys like some comedy. So, at the end of Spargo and Glutiny set, they started doing the award ceremony immediately after. And I thought it was pretty obvious. They had an award acceptance immediately after the fucking tournament ended. Glutiny honestly looked pretty disappointed after losing to Spargo Game 5 last hit, as he should be, considering like the caliber of player Glutiny is. I don't think he was anticipating going to this tournament for second place. I don't think he gave a fuck about second place, I'm gonna be honest. I think this dude came here for first, and it makes sense, you know what I mean? If he didn't get first, I understand why he'd be disappointed, and especially since he made it all the way to Grand Finals, last hit Game 5 versus the potential best player in the world, and then just couldn't get that closing hit, couldn't get that back air, you know what I mean? It's really disappointing, and I get it. I get why Glutiny may have looked a little sad. But immediately after, when they're doing the award ceremony, something I just took note of. Bro, at the end of the tournament, they had this reindeer prancing around stage, like hyping people up. I think this is the mascot for the event, which actually isn't true, no, because the mascot for the event is a dolphin. So I don't know what the reindeer is doing here at all, I'll be honest. But they have this mascot prancing around the stage and shit, giving out t-shirts or whatever. Yeah, the reindeer gave Spargo a hug. Yeah. So, Glutiny just lost this last Game 5 last hit set. he's probably very sad, as I would be. This reindeer's just hyping him up, patting him on the back. He's shaking his head. This guy doesn't give a fuck about second place. He has nothing to be happy about. Again, not trying to be rude. I just think Gluto probably has very high standards. Glutiny probably isn't too excited about second, let's be real. So this reindeer mascot walking up immediately after, giving him a pat on the back, being like, yeah, you got second, bro. It's okay. Look, you got second. Second's a great result, but definitely not what Glutiny wanted. I don't know. If I lost a big set like that and then this like reindeer dude just came over and started patting me on the back, I don't know how I'd feel. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how I feel. I just thought that was pretty funny. Anyways, that was the video. I uploaded a video yesterday, or not yesterday, but a couple days ago that actually did pretty well. Is my mic muted? Oh, thank God. It actually did really well, and I really didn't anticipate to get any sort of, serious attention. Not to say that it's that serious, but I didn't really expect for any of my videos to do that well, like right out the gate, and that's only my third Smash Bros video. So I just want to say thank you for anyone who commented on my last video, gave it a like, did any sort of interaction with it, because even if it's like any sort of interaction at all, it's all greatly appreciated, especially if it's some shit where it's like, yo, good video. That shit makes me so happy. And even if it's some shit where it's like, yo, good video, but I don't like this part, which is also fine. I think it would be a good thing for my community out the gate if I can just be honest with my audience, say how I feel about certain things, certain people, and you know what I mean? We can have a discussion in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Any kind of interaction at all is greatly appreciated. Whether you agree or disagree with me, hey, it is what it is. I know a couple fucking Technicals fans probably got pretty upset about my last video. And I did kind of go hard on Technicals, not gonna lie, but it's just one of those things. When I'm passionate about something, I talk pretty aggressively, and that's just how it goes. I really don't like that person. And I think that's the kind of audience I want to build. I'll be real. I do want to build an audience that aligns with my morals and how I feel about things. Because honestly, Technicals is quite literally the opposite of that. So it is what it is. Anyways, shout out to fucking anyone for any sort of love, any sort of subscriptions. Thank you for 500 subscribers. That's fucking hype. I'll see y'all soon.